Hello, and welcome back to another weekly roundup with Immutable Holdings. My name is Billy Baxter, the head of corporate development and operations.
And I'm Jordan Freed, chairman and CEO.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us again for one of these weekly recaps. And hey, Jordan, before, or I guess to kick everything off here, we got a few updates to share on the Immutable front. So if it's all right with you, I want to kind of first highlight an update that took place on February 1st. And essentially, we were excited to announce that Immutable Holdings stock is now listed on the OTCQB market within the United States. And
I'm giving a round of applause because so much work has gone into this, and I want to give a special credit, especially to all of our shareholders listening, to you, Billy. You have worked tirelessly with Melissa and team to make this possible, and everyone listening to this should understand that when you hear of a title like director of corporate development or head of corporate development, these things would not be possible without Billy and his hard work. So thank you, Billy.
Well, hey, it was a team effort there. And I guess just to add some additional color here, we'll share a link to the press release down below. But for just some background, the OTCQB is a trading platform operated by the OTC markets, specifically tailored to entrepreneurial and development stage companies like Immutable Holdings. And it's a recognized marketplace by the Securities and Exchange Commission in the US. So essentially it provides greater public information for people that are looking to trade these kind of growth stage stocks. And then ultimately becoming an issuer introduces additional, kind of compliance and reporting requirements, which we already do today through Immutable Holdings listing in Canada. So hopefully this will help increase the awareness of Immutable Holdings with a larger investment community. So excited news.
And if you're looking to get news like this, by the way, we also send out an email periodically to people who are subscribed. And the best way to get subscribed is to go to immutableholdings.com. Make sure you're on that list. That email has gone out to over 1,000 people, and we're excited to continue to build our shareholder base and continue to tell people everything that's going on with our company. So if you want updates like this, please make sure you are subscribed at immutableholdings.com.
Awesome. So let's shift away from the corporate news and talk specifically about some of our businesses, in particular NFT.com. So Jordan, we had an update last week, pretty notable update. I don't know if you want to kind of dive in a little more details around our latest private beta release.
Yeah, sure. We were able to finally ship in private beta the NFT.com native marketplace. So again, this is not public to everyone yet. This is just private to people who have purchased NFT.com Genesis keys, which up until this point has been the main revenue driver for the platform. The idea that we're going for, and you can see this with traditional equities platforms and just really other trading platforms, is we really do think that a marketplace fee may not be the most strategic way to monetize. What we've opted for is what we call NFT.com profiles. And NFT.com profiles are really the primitive of one's online identity in NFTs. At least that's our goal. Anyone can go to NFT.com and mint NFT.com/Jordan or Billy. Those are taken, of course, but whatever your username or handle is. And the value of that will be get a profile, pay no fees. And we've shipped the first version of our native marketplace to NFT.com Genesis key testers. The release has been fantastic. People are already buying and selling, I'm happy to report, in this private beta state. Myself included, I've listed 2 NFTs for sale on the NFT.com native marketplace, a couple Nyan cats that I've collected over the years. And you can go check out my profile. I'm NFT.com/J. So I've set up my profile. You can see what I'm doing over there. And I encourage all of you listening to either, if you have a Genesis key, go set up your profile. If you don't have a Genesis key, it's not too late. You can actually still buy one from a secondary market and then go participate in this beta. This will culminate, of course. We're in this private beta state, but I'm really, really, really excited about all the user feedback and testing that we're getting. You can now list NFTs in this private beta state on OpenSea, LooksRare, X2Y2, and the NFT.com native marketplace. So that's 4 options of where to buy and sell your NFTs. And you can search those marketplaces using our really robust Discover feature. And we've got some filters there as well. I actually, just before we started recording this, Billy, I actually went through and did a walkthrough myself, recorded my screen while doing it, and then posted it up on my Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter at Jordan Freed, you can go check it out there. This is awesome. I mean, I'm so excited that I can touch it and play with it. All these ideas were things we were sketching out on, scribbles and notebooks and napkins and, in long meetings. So, kudos to Don Tebow, Jason Markowski, Gavin Mai, our entire engineering team. I can't shout everybody out, but just the entire engineering team and our ecosystem of even contractors that help contribute to this. What I would say, I think the design is beautiful. I really like the yellow black color scheme. Hopefully you all do as well. Feedback always welcome, but hopefully you can see my excitement. I could not be more excited to get this to a public beta state, which means we unlock. It's no longer just Genesis key holders that can use NFT.com. It's really the public. And you won't even need a profile. Of course, profiles will have their own benefits, as will Genesis keys, but it'll be open to anybody. And that's going to be a big milestone in our company's history. So this has been a long time coming, and kudos to the whole team.
Yeah. And hey, Jordan, also just to follow up on that, while the public beta has been kind of a moving target, just as the team is working away, making sure we get the appropriate testing and whatnot, when we actually get to making the platform public, I guess what should people kind of like anticipate or expect, just as far as how it's going to be communicated out, and I guess, the functionality becoming available on NFT.com.
Yeah, so the only official news source for NFT.com is NFT.com itself. So do make sure you follow the official NFT.com handle, which is verified on Twitter. Go check that out, and maybe we can link to that here. But go follow that. That'll be where we officially announce. We will also do an official press release so that that the date is actually accurate. That will likely come from Immutable Holdings, as you've experienced in the past. The functionality, as we said, will be that native marketplace, and it will be the ability to buy and list and trade NFTs on OpenSea, LooksRare, X2Y2, and the NFT.com native marketplace. You will have the ability to mint a profile or buy an existing profile. You'll have the ability to customize that profile and display your NFTs. You'll have the ability to associate an NFT or an Ethereum public key address, rather, with your NFT.com profile to display the NFTs on that particular profile. And then, of course, you'll have the ability to bring your own wallet, as long as it's supported by Wallet Connect, and then use your own wallet on NFT.com, as we are a non-custodial solution. So that's just a little bit of our feature set. That's not the exhaustive list. Of course, there's many more features, including leaderboards, a Discover feature set, collection pages. You can opt to have a profile displayed as a collection or a gallery. And then, we're still going to look to keep a pretty aggressive cadence of shipping new features to users of the site. Just to manage expectations, we're still in a pretty sober state from, the NFT market perspective. So don't expect a splashy launch. There's really only, in the past 24 hours, only 15,000 people have purchased NFTs. So when you're looking at the daily active user number, we're talking about numbers in not even the hundreds of thousands. We're talking about numbers in the tens of thousands. Only 3.98 million unique people own NFTs on the Ethereum network itself. So the exuberance is not what it was in the spring of 2022, just last spring. It's not hype and all of that. So we very much are focused on what matters, which is delivering a feature set we know that this market needs, and then chipping away at that daily active user number and getting as many of those 15,000 people that purchased NFTs in the past 24 hours on the Ethereum network to do so on NFT.com. Of course, we'll look for a multi-chain strategy, but the lion's share of all NFT commerce again is still conducted on the Ethereum network. And that's what you should expect. You should expect that while we think that number is quite low today, that 15,000 number, we know that it'll return to not just where it was previously, but we really do see the NFT market being in, in the not too distant future, tens of millions of people, eventually hundreds of millions of people. And we're building our business to position ourselves for mass market adoption of NFTs.
Absolutely. Well, I know it's been a long time coming, a lot of hard work. So I guess we're kind of getting excited to make that announcement, official. So be on the lookout
Absolutely.
for that. So
Absolutely.
Well, hey, Jordan, now that we've kind of covered all the updates from Immutable Holdings side that are kind of top of mind the past week, let's just look at the market more broadly, or I guess the wider digital asset ecosystem. We're starting to see, like we kicked off February, looks like, the markets are, kind of correcting itself, ever so slightly in light of a wonderful kind of like January there. You touched on it before, NFTs, still seeing, activity, new projects are being released. Also, some interesting, kind of startups getting funded that are working in all different aspects of the NFT ecosystem. I guess just with that kind of being said, is there anything that kind of comes top of mind or you're personally getting excited about within the ecosystem at the moment?
Yeah, it's great to see other companies out there, publicly traded crypto companies like Coinbase, be some of the best performing publicly traded companies on the public equities markets. Coinbase stock is up 100% year to date. Of course, down much more when you zoom out and look at their price action last year, but it's great to see that sort of recovery. Bitcoin holding serve at 23,000, between 23, 24,000, really healthy volumes. It's great to see this little bump. I mean, we were down to less than 8,000 people buying NFTs per day. So 15,000 doesn't feel all that bad, does it? And it's very clear, to take, again, just that sober take on it. It's very clear that, it looked very dark at the end of last year. And that's not to say that dark times aren't still ahead. That very much still could be the case. But that this technology is here to stay, that there are viable, profitable businesses that can be built in this sector. And that we can continue to build and gain traction with things like NFT.com. Like, I think we've done a very, very good job gaining traction with that, with the numbers that we've shared publicly, 9 million plus NFTs indexed, close to 10,000 profiles created in private beta, 90,000 some wallet connections in the past, or through the private beta period. This is good initial traction. And I think as we move to this public beta state, as things start to recover, again, we just experienced a crypto market go from close to $3 trillion in market value. The top was around 2.87 trillion down to we hover around about $1 trillion in the totality of the crypto economy today. So I'm very excited to see, to see that return to where we were, 3 trillion, and then much more. I think that the total crypto economy in the future will be in the tens of trillions of dollars. And I think NFTs are going to be a huge part of that. Today, NFTs represent about 22 billion of sort of market value in the 22 billion dollars of market value in the crypto space. So I'm excited for that number to grow considerably.
That's awesome. Well, Jordan, I appreciate your kind of perspectives there. So I guess this kind of brings us to the end of the episode here. So as always, any kind of parting words before we call it for this week?
Yeah, I want to, again, just express my gratitude to the team that's working tirelessly internally, the NFT.com team, the Immutable Holdings team. Billy, kudos to you and Melissa that worked through the holidays last year to get OTC paper in and to get the business where it is. We have a long road ahead. And this is a marathon, not a sprint. So I'm grateful for the progress, while also recognizing it's a long road ahead. And the way we conquer that is just one day at a time, one step at a time. Look for us to continue to ship new features, to continue to make progress. And again, I really encourage you to go, if you don't have a Genesis key, go check out my Twitter feed and go look at some of the recent recordings that I've done of logging into NFT.com, using my profile, using the Discover feature, listing NFTs on the NFT.com native marketplace. It's great to see. And it really, I think it gives you that light bulb that a lot of people didn't have when we were just talking about it, but now it's actually something you can touch. It's something you can use. It's a great product. So I'm really proud. But we're at that foundational place. It's now time to build from here, but the foundation's strong. And again, we like the position that we're in, and we're going to be here to continue to build.
Great. Well, Jordan, I think that brings us to the end of this episode. So all the folks that have stuck with us to the end here, really
Please
appreciate your support. And as Jordan said,
like, subscribe, comment. We do read all of your comments, and we do reply to every single comment. So please, if you have a question and you want us to cover that question, please leave that question and we'll cover it on the next edition of the Immutable Holdings Weekly Update. Billy, it's been a pleasure.
Been a pleasure. Thank you, everyone, and look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.